All right, can everybody hear me good?
We can hear you.
All right, here we go. Welcome everybody to the Angel City Games virtual b-ball clinic brought to you by the Hartford. I'm totally jacked to finally kick this off. And it's my first of this nature being virtual and this large. Pretty impressive. A little bit about me. I got a little bit of Paralympic experience, maybe 6 different Paralympics that I participated in as a player and an athlete, 3 different sports. 2 of them were as a coach, and blessed to be able to say that I accrued 13 medals along the way, and most importantly that 9 of them were gold. And I'm the founder of DK3. And enough about me, but I wanted to give you a little background. I am the OG of the group, and but I want to introduce my co-host and my good friend, Will Waller.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Sorry for being a little bit late. I was right in the mix of listening to America the Beautiful and lost track of time. But really excited to be here at Angel City Games among some legendary talent. I'm the CEO of the National Wheelchair Basketball Association, but I got my start in the sport in 1994 after a gunshot wound. And the sport really ended up changing my life and helping me set some compelling goals for myself. And you're going to see a lot of Paralympic medals here. So I thought that I'd just flash really quickly for you one of a more rare feat, which are back-to-back World Championship gold medals, probably before many of you were born, so we won't get into when they're from. But, you know, wanted to also just talk briefly about the Wheelchair Basketball Association. We've been around since 1949 and focused on really bringing excellence on the court and changing people's lives along the way. And the game is really set up in a way where the rules are generally the same as stand-up basketball, but some modifications are there. So one of those modifications is obviously that we use a wheelchair. The other modification is because all of our disability types are different, we have what we call a classification system. So coaches have to be really smart about not putting more points on the floor than they're allowed, 14. And each player has a value between 1.0 and 4.5, depending on their level of function. So someone who is missing a little bit of a leg below the knee, they'd be a 4.5, and someone who doesn't have stomach muscles would be a 1.0. But I won't bore you with all of the details on that. Other than that, there's some differences on dribbling, which Matt may get into in his drill. So I think we've already taken our group picture. Is that right, Amy? We don't need to transition into that now?
No.
Great.
No, we have not.
Good. We got group pictures going. I'm going to keep firing away and taking your pictures though.
Okay. Cool. So maybe what we'll end up doing next is transitioning for more introductions. And the next person that I'm going to hand it over to is Megan Blunk.
Hi. I'm really excited to be doing this, and I like that it's like such a it's a little bit like of a smaller crowd, but we can really interact more. And you guys all look so focused, and I like that. But so I am from Gig Harbor, Washington, actually the Key Peninsula. So if you ever know that, I'm proud to be from the Key Peninsula and Gig Harbor. And I live in San Diego, California now. I moved here for a job. But I ended up getting laid off and then realized that I wasn't ready to be in like a 9-to-5. I really wanted to be out there representing adaptive sports and continuing to compete and push myself because I didn't feel like I had reached the level that I wanted to at the 2016 Paralympics. So I was a passenger in a motorcycle accident when I was 18 years old where I broke my back and became paralyzed from the waist down. But I did get my quad muscles back so I can move around. If you ever see me doing that, I have my quad muscles. But I realized in my accident all of the opportunities that I had taken for granted before because I was able-bodied growing up and I played every sport I had the chance to play, but I never believed in myself because I also struggle with depression. And I always have my whole life. So the accident has nothing to do with that, but the accident made me stronger, and it made me wake up and realize the things I had been taking for granted. But it also made me realize the opportunities that I didn't have because of having a disability. And it opened my eyes to that too, how unfair this was, and that what everyone with disabilities is facing. And it kind of fueled my fire to want to make it better and make my own life better. I wanted opportunities to be, everywhere for people with disabilities, just like they were when I was able-bodied. So I kind of used that to start just going as hard as I could and facing my fears, because I never wanted to feel that regret again that I felt when the accident happened. I ended up earning a full ride wheelchair basketball scholarship to the University of Illinois. And I became the first in my family to ever go to and graduate from college. And that's a pretty hard thing in itself. When no one in your family has gone, you might feel like you're not smart enough, or, you don't belong, but that's not true. And it's not even about being smart. It's about what makes you smart is working hard. And I learned that through all of this. And I ended up making the Paralympic team in 2013 during their development year after the 2012 Paralympics, where it's a lot of the Paralympians take a year off, and that's kind of your time to get in and have get a feel for it. And then I also made the team the next year for the World Championship team, and we placed 4th in Toronto. And then I made the team the following year for the 2015 Pan American Games, and we won we won gold, and that was a really good game. It was a nail biter, and Rose Hollerman just closed it out with her free throws. So I would watch that game if you ever feel like it. And then I made it to the 2016 Paralympics, and on top of that, we won gold. And now I'm here playing for the San Diego Wolfpack, which is another opportunity I never thought I would have. And it's just been an amazing journey. And all I gotta say is just keep going and keep facing your fears, and just believe in your dreams, because you can make them happen. Yeah. Oh, do I introduce Trey?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, hi everyone. My name is Trey Jenifer. I go by Trey, as you'll hear everyone call me. I am a double leg amputee by a birth defect called congenital focal-amelia. So it's basically this big, long, fancy term for I was born with no legs. All right, and ultimately, I actually started playing the sport when I was 4 years old out of Washington, D.C. for a team in Air Capital. So I played with them for about 8 years. And enjoyed my time there. And I actually got an opportunity to play wheelchair basketball for Edinboro University of Pennsylvania up in the snow belt of America. It was not the fondest location for wheelchair basketball, but I wouldn't trade the experience for the world. So yeah, and
Looks like we might have lost connection.
Goodbye, Trey.
That means it's my turn. That means it's my turn. Trey's gone, so it's my turn by default. I'm not gonna keep you guys too much with who I am. My name is Matt Scott. I'm a 4-time Paralympian. I'm a 2-time Paralympic medalist. And I've been playing the game for longer than a lot of you guys have been alive. I have a lot of passion for this, and I'm super excited to get going. I'm actually clicking through this. I see a lot of people that I recognize. So that means either you know who I am or I know who you are. So we don't have to really keep it going too much with my whole story. I'm a Performax athlete. That's very important. I'm also a Team Hartford athlete. I love representing them, and we're bringing you guys this sort of camp or these drills from them. It's there's a lot of things going on right now in the world that is keeping us from coming together and being in a gym where this would be a lot more fun. We'd be in front of a basketball court and sort of playing together. But thanks to the Hartford, thanks to Angel City, and thanks for Performax, we're all here able to show you guys some drills. The first thing I want to do you guys have?
Hey, Matt, can I interrupt just for a second? A couple announcements that we just have to cover before we start. And
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt, but everybody, please stay muted, and we'll try to keep the noise to a minimum so you can hear Matt and everybody else. Use the chat box for questions and or comments. Make sure you've selected the active speaker mode on your computer. And really important is if you have any medical situations, we have medical volunteers that are going to be running through this with us. But you can, if you had any kind of heart or respiratory condition, or you can send us a private medical message. If you have anything that comes up, you know, we want to keep you safe. And, you know, particularly if you've had COVID, we'd like to know that. And I would pray you have not. And finally, if you've changed locations from your current registration, if your address has changed, we would need to know that, so that if you do need assistance, we can be quick to be able to provide it with the correct address. And Matt did a great job of thanking sponsors. I've got a little bit more of a list, and we'll get right into Matt. First of all, we know that the Hartford is the presenting sponsor. The Hartford's been around a long time supporting adaptive sports, and they all, how cool is it that they sent us a nice gift bag of or package of equipment, including the stretch resistance bands, the massage ball, the t-shirt, and it's just one example of their commitment to adaptive sports. Then we have Adaptive Apps that has provided this innovative platform to bring virtual games. Now, when you get down to us athletes, we need technical gurus and experts like this so that they can bring us live into your, wherever you are, in your home or your location. Performax, the world renowned manufacturer of wheelchairs, and particularly we're here for basketball. We know they make a knockout custom designed basketball chair and everyday chair. The DK3 small sponsor, using our brand to support Angel City Games. And of course, the umbrella organization of everything is the NWBA, under the new leadership of Will Waller, bringing a fresh take, a fresh look. And we're proud now that we're moving in a different direction with our sport. That's exciting. That's all the announcements. So Matt, we're going to take it back to you, brother, and sorry for the interruption.
Yeah, okay, then I'm back then. Hey, does everybody in here have that that athlete kit that the Hartford and Angel City sent? So there's show them, Megan. If you look at Megan's screen, there's like a stretch band, like an exercise band that's for stretching. Does everybody have one of those? Because that's one of the first things that's super important before you get started, like, is getting a nice stretch in. If you don't have the band, that's okay. But if you do have the band, grab that for me. And we're gonna run through like a little stretch routine that we do with Team USA that gets me going right before I play basketball. So if you guys don't have it, it's okay. But what we do is we do these things. We could do I's, Y's, T's, right? So we grab really, really close to the band and we go up, and this is an I. So if you have that, you can go ahead and go do it with me. If you don't, that's just pretty much how you do it. You just grab it really, really close. Just go up. Those are the I's. And the reason why we do this, so Dave Kiley might be able to tell you, the one that was just sort of introducing us, he just had a shoulder surgery that was that's based off of overuse. A lot of us get these shoulder injuries based off of all the years that we play. So when you play the game for a long time, maybe you're not going to have injuries that really start with the game, but you know, as you play, it's going to be detrimental to your arm. So these kinds of things are really, really important. So, all right, so we're going to switch up. So when you do the Y's, instead of grabbing it so tight, you're just going to grab it a little bit further out, and you're going to do Y's. If you don't have your band, you can kind of do these things without the band. Just make sure that you're getting a nice little stretch in. So these are the Y's. We're going to do that about 10 times. we go. And then, again, that is something that's going to get your arms ready to play basketball. I know we're not about to hit the court. We're not all in our ball chairs. But this is something that's going to make sure that you have longevity. You'll be playing the game for a very, very long time. So, again, you grab it really, really wide out. Make sure you grab that Hartford band. And it's really, really great that they were able to send this stuff because it makes sure that we're going to stay on the court much longer than we're supposed to be.
Injury prevention, right, Matt?
That's
How
right.
long are we supposed to be?
What was that?
How long are we supposed to be?
Yeah, I mean, as long as you want, as long as you love the game. All right, so check it. So now we're gonna do tees. So you're gonna spread it all the way out to the end of the band, and you're just gonna open it up and make your body look like a tee. Hold it there, get a nice stretch in. We're gonna do that a few times as well. And then, like I said, if you guys have a basketball, awesome. If you have something that I see there are some basketballs out there, that's really great. If you have something that resembles a basketball, that will be great too. If you want to get creative, you want to adapt and grab something else, that will be awesome. But if not, you can just watch along. And then when we're done with this, you can take some of the drills that we use here and take it on with you. All right. So those are the tees. And for the last thing, we're just going to do some arm circles. You can do it with the band. That would be great because it gives you a bit of resistance, which is awesome. But you can also just do it without the band. I heard that the special Hartford band gives you power, so you should probably do it with that one. So, yeah, there we go. I see some of you guys getting involved with it. All right, cool. And then, so now that we're all warmed up, we're finally going to get into some basketball. For you guys that do have a basketball, make sure you have it with you. Whatever you have that resembles one, awesome. And if not, just follow along attentively. I know Will was talking a little bit earlier about the dribbling rule. For everybody that doesn't know, you get 2 pushes in your chair before you have to pass, dribble, or shoot. I don't really have a lot of space because we're limited space, but you get two pushes before you have to pass, dribble, or shoot. So what we're gonna do first to work on some before we start dribbling, we're gonna work on some hand-eye coordination drill. And what I like to do when I first hit the court is some ball taps. So what we're gonna do is it doesn't matter if you start really close to yourself or you work your way up. All right. So if you work your way up and try to keep your eyes straight and not necessarily looking at the ball, that's going to be the first thing that we're going to do. So you can start really close if you would like. You can start really close, and as you want to challenge yourself, you want to get further up. You want to get further up, and then you see how my eyes are staying on the webcam. You don't have to do that, but if you want to challenge yourself, try to keep your eyes on the webcam. Try to keep your eyes away from the basketball. The more you watch the basketball, the more that you need to keep your focus on where the defense is. So
yeah, the more you don't see defense.
One more time.
So the more you don't see the defense.
Yeah, exactly. You have to keep your eyes. You have to observe your surroundings, and that's the best way we can do that. So now that 1 minute is up, we're gonna try to do it from the right side. Try to do it from your right side. Yep. Yeah. And the more you can get away from your cylinder, the better. That's the more challenging. Challenge yourself. There you go. Nice job, itty bitty. So the more you can challenge yourself, the better. I see you out there, Jonathan, with your Golden Gate Bridge. That's awesome. Okay, very cool. Yep, challenge yourself if you can. Now we're gonna go to the left side. I'm already sweating. Yep, all the way to the left. Is that 2 minutes? All right, sweet. Yep. Nice job, Megan. Awesome.
And 2.
Awesome. All right, so now that we got the hand-eye coordination stuff going, we're gonna do some. Let's see. All right, so we're gonna do some behind the back. So it doesn't matter how how quick you can do this. So the thing is that if you lose a ball, it doesn't matter. It means that you're challenging yourself. If you have any mistakes or anything like that, it doesn't matter. You just got to go get that ball and just keep on progressing. It doesn't matter if you lose it. It doesn't matter if there's any mistakes, because mistakes mean that you're training hard. So what I want you to do is I want you to take the ball from your left side and go all the way around there you go. You go all the way around your chair or all the way around your body. So that might be hard for some people. I see some people have got it. Nice job, itty bitty. Some people have got it, but it doesn't matter if you do it fast. It doesn't matter if you do it slow. So I'm gonna try to do it as fast as I can. That's gonna be as fast as I can go. But I know that's not gonna be. See, Megan just dropped it. That's a perfect example. She's a Paralympic gold medalist. But you know what she's gonna go do? She's gonna go back and she's gonna get the ball and she's gonna do it right again.
I was trying to beat you.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's all right. It's really great. But yeah, whoever has a basketball or anything that resembles one, just try to take the basketball and go around your back. And we're just gonna go to the right now. In a minute, we're gonna go to the left because it's really important to balance it out from the left side to the right side. So I'm gonna go around my back the best that I can.
Hey, if you don't have a basketball right now, just literally pick anything up from around you and just toss that around your body.
And it's really important with that coordination. It doesn't even matter what you have. Just taking the ball to your left hand and around the back with your other hand. And that's really important. It works on that coordination, the hand-eye coordination. And then we're gonna go to the other side. This side is my challenging side. I'm not really that good at going that way. So I'm gonna try to push myself going that way. Yep, nice job. Nice job, guys. Yep, push yourself, itty bitty. Try to go as fast as you can. Nice job. Let me see who else is in there. Yep. Good work. Good work. Nice job. Yeah, I see you too. You guys are doing a really good job. Make sure you're spread out a little bit so you don't run into each other. Nice job. What's his name? Grayson and Ezra. Nice job, guys. Okay, Micah. That's a great job, and that's a cool ball you got there. Yep. It doesn't matter how slow you get it around there. It doesn't matter how fast you get it around there, as long as you get it around. All right, and then let's see, what's my last one? So now the last thing we're gonna do, yeah, Micah's ball is super cool. Hey, Grayson and Ezra, make sure that, yeah, you guys got a really good space from around each other now. Nice job, Matthew. All right, so for the last drill, what we're gonna do is a little bit of dribbling. So what we can do, can you angle it? There we go. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some dribbles with our non-dominant hand. So a lot of you guys are gonna take it in your left hand, and we're gonna dribble really small dribbles. If you have a wall, maybe some of you guys can use the wall. And to challenge yourself, you can just get away from the wall a bit.
Annoy your neighbors.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, to challenge yourself, get further away from your body.
I've had too many noise complaints during quarantine.
Yeah, same. But yeah, you can do it from the floor, or you can do it on the wall. Make sure they're really, really small dribbles. And you see that I'm using my fingertips when I do that. I don't have it flat on my hand. I have it on my fingertips so I can have a better control of the ball. The importance of that is because if you don't have the ball, you can't score. You know, you always have to have control of the ball, and you have to make sure that when you're dribbling, you have to keep yourself away from the defense. So the defense is here, you keep your ball away from the defense. That's the most important. So right now we're gonna move to the right hand. So some of you guys, that's gonna be the dominant hand. Some of you guys, that's gonna be the non-dominant hand. Make sure you're getting those fingertips in there and make sure you have really good control of it. And for those of you that want to use a wall, maybe you're not doing that right now, but you can do that later when you try this at home.
Look at Will with his Hartford ball.
There you go.
That's challenging.
There you go. And the guys that are dribbling on the floor, nice job, Matthew. Yeah, there you go. That's a really good job. That's a really good job. All right, guys, now I'm just going to pass it on. I believe it's Megan's turn if Trey is not here.
No, I'm back in here. Can you guys hear me?
Oh, all right, cool. Now we're on to Trey. Thanks, guys. I
All right,
appreciate
all
you.
right.
Thank
Sorry.
you so much.
Work, Matt.
Hey, sorry guys, had some technical difficulties there. But yeah, so what we're going to be doing here with my section is going to be based on passing. And I know in the environment that a lot of us are in right now, we can't really pass a ball, right? But what I want to do is I want to really go over the fundamentals and making sure that we're getting the muscle memory down of our passes, right? So first what we're going to do is we're going to do it without any balls or anything, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to simulate a chest pass. So we're going to go from our chest and we're going to pass it out here right in front of us. And that's all we're going to do. Just real quick. It's easy little warm-ups, just like that. There you go. Chest passes. Here we go. And then what we'll also do next is we'll do dominant hand baseball pass. So whether that's your right-handed, left-handed, you're going to dominant hand baseball passes. So it's just going to simulate throwing a baseball right to your target. And we want to make sure we follow through straight to our target. Just like that. Here we go.
Micah's got a cannon. Look at that. I see you, Micah.
All right, and once that arm is warmed up, we're going to switch to non-dominant hand. Same motion, right? We want to make sure that we're following through, pointing toward our target. Our target today is going to be our computer screen. All right. All right, and then another one's a hook pass, right? Dominant hand hook pass coming along the side, still pointing to our target. Because wherever we point, that is where the ball will go. There we go. Let's see some of those hook passes over the head. Yep. All right, now we're gonna go non-dominant hand. All right, guys, so now what we're gonna do is we wanna actually use a ball this time, all right? Whether that's your Hartford ball or your basketball, we're gonna keep it a little short and simple, right? I want you to take that ball and you're gonna put it in your hand, whether it be your Hartford ball or your basketball, right? And you're just gonna do little passes up and down right here. Like Matt said, we want to work on hand-eye coordination, right? Focusing on that ball. And once you get that down, we're going to switch to non-dominant hand.
Don't worry if you lose a ball, guys. Keep challenging yourself.
Exactly. All right. And then next what we're going to do is I want to take the ball, and then what I want to do is pass it back and forth between both hands, just like this. All right, and like Matt said, what we're trying to do is we're trying to establish muscle memory. Get that feel of the ball in your hands, right? There we go.
Got some ballers out there. Look at this.
I know. You see Matthew in there? I see you. You got some handles, brother.
All right, we're going to do it for about 10 more seconds, guys. Get it warmed up. All right. All right, so now what we're going to do is I have a drill kind of set up, and I know it's really difficult for you to do in your home, so I set it up two ways. So my first way right here, you can see I have a box right here. This is going to be a target, right? And I know sometimes you can't be throwing balls in the house, right, because we're going to get in trouble from our parents breaking things and things of that nature. So I also have a laundry basket here as well, right? Just something that you can have that could be used as a target, but it's easy for that ball that once it hit, it comes right back to you, right? So if you have, like Megan said, she's got noise complaints, we want to make sure we minimize those noise complaints. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that, we're going to take it, and we're going to do the same thing we were doing before with our baseball passes. I'll slide over so you can see it here. We're going to take this ball, and we're going to do baseball passes just like that, all right? This is a drill that you can do, again, with the ball, without the ball. So if I don't have a ball right now, right? Working on my baseball passes, focusing on the fundamentals of what we're doing. Here, pass it just like that, right? Making sure that we're focusing on the balls there, right? For those of you who are able to access a wall, maybe, same thing goes here. So we want to hit our target right here. This is our target. We can make our target however big or however small we want. We're here and we're hitting our target every time. Hitting our target. Same fundamentals as we would if we're sitting there and we're not passing with the ball, right? just something that we can do there. So that way that we're passing. Again, I don't want most of you to get in trouble for all the loud noise complaints. So if you have your Hartford ball, the same thing works. Target on the wall, get it back, come right back to you. All right. And that's important. And that's why I challenge you. So when one of our challenges is going to be when you have your pass, right? We're going to be, okay, we're going to establish a target, whether it be, you know, your laundry bin or your target on the wall, right? We're going to take 10 passes. Every time you hit your target, that's a point. Anytime I hit my target, it's a point, right? Anything outside of the target, that's 0 points. And we want to see how many points that we can get in those 10 passes, okay? So the max amount of points you can get is 10, but the awesome thing is you can do it again and again. The thing about passing is we want to make sure that it's accurate, right? Working on fundamentals, hand-eye coordination. But not only that, moving the basketball is important because no matter how fast you are, a pass will beat you up the court every time. And the awesome thing about having a team basketball game is that ball rotation gets you more and accurate shots. So whereas you'll see some people dribble the ball, most of the time they're not going to get a good look as a team that all 5 players just touch the ball. So I am wrapping up passing. Remember the challenge. We're going to see if we can hit our target in 10 passes. Each target hit is 10 points. All right. Pass it over to Megan.
Hey, nice job, Trey.
Good job.
Thanks, Maddie.
Hey,
Thanks,
Matt,
Megan.
did you go over your challenge?
No, I thought we were going over the challenges at the end of the thing.
Not wrong.
It can be done.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
kidding.
I mean, I can do it after Megan.
All right.
You want? Okay. I'm doing shooting, and Matt said that shooting is the most important thing in the game, but for me, it's defense. But shooting is
I'm with you, Megan.
Who's with me? Trey?
I'm with you, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Trey's defense is crazy good because he's like the fastest guy in the world. So
You can't win with no points.
well, you can score 1 point and then play the best defense ever for the rest of the game. But you could just score and they score and you score and they score and it's just ridiculous. But anyway, we're gonna start with beef. Good old beef. So the B stands for balance. But so in wheelchair basketball, I'm gonna get my chair. This is my sweet Performax ride. How I play basketball. And so for balance, you want to make sure that you're like strapped in as tight as you can, because that's gonna help. It's gonna help you to control your chair more, and then be able to be consistent with your shot. Because your chair, if your chair stops when you want it to stop, when you're tight in it, so you want your straps to be as tight as you can. Your feet too, if you feel like that's what helps you. Some people don't really like to strap their feet in. So I'm gonna strap in as tight as I can. And then I like to put my other strap in front of my knees. I learned this in college. I used to have it above my thighs, but I kind of like it. I feel like I have more control over the chair when everything is as tight as possible. So you want your core to be tight, and you want your chair to be lined up with the basket. Like if your chair is not lined up, at least have your shoulders lined up for your shot. But you know, the best case scenario is everything is lined up and consistent. So that's your balance. You want to tighten your core, line your shoulders up with the shot. Let's see, tighten abs, shoulders, straps. Okay, and then the E is the elbow, and you want your elbow to be, you know, straight, but mine bends out a little bit. It always has, even when I played able-bodied basketball, and that's just how I shoot. It hasn't changed, and when I tried to change it, it kind of messed it up more for me. So if it works for you, then keep doing it. But you know, if you're able to change it, if it's early on and you can really get it exactly what, you know, they say might work. So my elbow's out, and when you shoot, you just want to stay looking at the basket, which is the next one, the eyes. So you want to look at your target. I was given a tip when I first started playing with shooting free throws, where you want to, I have my routine where I bounce the ball 3 times, I catch it, I'll bounce it. Okay, so I go, I catch it, I kind of spin it to like get a feel of the ball. I just spin it one time, and then I go up to shoot. But what I was doing was I was not looking at the basket when I started my routine, and then I'd bring it here, and then I'd look up and shoot. So it would be better if I start looking up sooner so I can really start my focus and then take my shot. So that's one of the tips too. I was also given another tip when I first started shooting free throws. It was really hard for me to get it that distance from a chair. And so I was told, you know, your front casters can be over the free throw line, just not the big wheels. So definitely, like, it might not seem like a lot of space, but if you can shoot from, you know, staying in a stationary position, then definitely take that space, because it makes a difference. And then even angling your chair, if you're right-handed and you angle it so the right is a little bit further over that line, it makes you that much closer too, and it did help me when I first started. And then another thing, I got to do an amazing, I don't know what you call it, commercial or just with Kobe Bryant. And he gave me this advice, because I was like, well, what do you look at when you're shooting? You know, like, do you look at the front of the rim or the back of the rim? Or, because they say if you're shooting short, look at the back. If you're shooting too far, look at the front. And he was like, I never understood that. He's like, if I looked at the back of the rim, then I'm gonna hit the back of the rim. And if I look at the front, I'm gonna hit the front. And he was just laughing. I have a video of that. And it was like, it's very true. So, you know, just look at the freaking circle where the ball's supposed to go. But do what works for you. And then the follow through for F. So when you follow through, you really want to feel it coming off your fingertips. And what I try and think about is, like, whatever my longest finger is, it's different for everyone, but I want to feel it coming off that fingertip. Like, that's how I know that my follow through was solid and it went like this flick. When you practice it, you want your, get out of this so you can see. You want like when you, see how it kind of like wiggles at the top when I do a hard one? That's how you kind of practice getting that relaxation in your wrist, where the ball's just gonna like spin off of it. And the more backspin you have, the softer it's gonna land in the hoop. So even if it's a hard shot, if it has that backspin, it's gonna help soften it and it will go in more likely. So that's beef. And a couple of things you can do while you're at home. You know, the basic, lie on your back and just shoot, and have that, really work on that follow through and feeling it come off your longest finger. So just consistency, like you want it to be straight up. See, that wasn't good. Just, you want it to land in the same spot every time. And that can be a challenge because, have it go straight up and straight down and be consistent. That's gonna take practice. Another one you can do that we did at the University of Illinois is mirror shooting. I always dreaded it, but it's important. Anything you can try is important. So just go in front of a mirror and just take your shot like without a ball and just watch yourself to repeat the exact same movement every time. You want it to be the exact same, and that takes practice too.
Megan, the mirror one was always my favorite one, Megan.
Really? Oh, really? Why was that?
Just better views, that's all.
You like the mirror?
Which way's the beach?
Okay, but I have a skill, a drill that like everyone can do at home, and it's because really shooting is about staying calm and having fun at the same time, but it's something that you just practice, and that's how you're gonna get better. And that's Kobe's answer to how you become the best shooter is just shoot. Like, shoot thousands of shots every day and be prepared when you go into the game. So this one is one we can do at home, and this is my challenge too. I was all about the challenge. I was like, I want to get them motivated, and I know how much I did this at an NBC shoot leading up to the Paralympics that were supposed to happen this summer. They gave me 1 minute and they had me do this, and I got so into it, and it was just one shot and done. And I wanted to keep doing it, and I was like, ah! So I know that it can make anyone like really get into it, and you can challenge your friends. So you just take, the challenge is gonna be, you have 10 pieces of paper, just like notebook paper. My roommate suggested that maybe you write some words on these papers that you want to throw away, and hopefully you make all of them, because if you don't, those negative words are still there. So just got to keep practicing till they all go in. Or positive words, whatever you want. But take a bin. It's gonna say in the rules like what diameter can be and like how tall. So any bin, like a garbage can or a pot. So anything that's just during the regulations that they're gonna post. So you want it to be 6 feet away from you. You take the 10 pieces of paper, you put them together and rip it into 4 pieces, and then you crumple all the balls. So you have 40 balls. I think I did the math right. And then you stick this bin 6 feet away. We're just gonna say I measured that. So can you see the bin? Yes. And then you have 1 minute, so have someone time you, but I want you to set your camera up so that we can see it for the full minute. And then just try and, make as many as you can in 1 minute. Oh my God. Okay, I got one. That's all that matters. So then at the end of the 1 minute video, bring your bin over to the camera and like count them out in front of it. And then you can do that as many times as you want until the challenge on Saturday. And I'm gonna post throughout the week. I'm gonna post every day on my Instagram, on like my story of me doing this, so you can see where I'm at and how many I've gotten in, and kind of like we can challenge each other. And I think it will be fun. But yeah, that's my challenge and my tips.
That's awesome, Megan.
Great job, Megan.
Nice job, Megan.
Thank all the coaches, but let's have Matt run through his challenge right now, and looking forward to hearing.
Absolutely. So, you know what? I actually need you to come over. So what my challenge is just to take the ball from the left to the right and see how many dribbles from left to right, how many crossover dribbles you can do in 1 minute. So it's just gonna be one of those. From left to right, how many crossover dribbles you can do in 1 minute. You don't have to do that right now, but for the challenge later on, that's gonna be the challenge from me to you. How many crossover dribbles you can perform from left to right, using both your dominant hand and your non-dominant hand. So.
Hey, Matt, for some of the athletes who can't lean forward and do it in front, can you show them how to do it in your lap?
Absolutely. So that was just my way of doing it as fast as I possibly could. You can also do it, straight up. You can just you can just dribble.
Beautiful.
Or you could dribble it on one hand, put it in your lap, dribble it to the other hand, put it in your lap. So there's a lot of different variations you could do it. I could like to bend over and do it like that because it's faster, but you could also, so challenge yourself. If you lose the ball, no problem. You can keep trying it again. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate you guys. This was a lot of fun today.
Thanks a lot, Matt. And everybody, don't be afraid to make mistakes. You're pushing yourself, and you probably should be making some mistakes. Then you're pushing yourself beyond. I want to take this time right now to really show some appreciation to our coaches. You basically got what nobody else can get, and that's private lessons from 3 of the best in the world. And you should value that big time. So on your camera, give everybody a high five or a hey to all our instructors for all that they do, not just to teach you, but how they love the game and respect it and throw it out on the street to make it a better game when they're done.
Hey, DK.
So as was mentioned on the challenges, yeah, you get jump in. As was mentioned on the challenges, you can go to Angel City's website in the portal and hit the tab. Those challenges will be posted there so you can review them again. You don't have to remember them, but you have all week to work on those. And I think Megan wanted to add something in.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, if you do these challenges, and I hope you do, can you, if you have Instagram or Facebook, if you tag Matt or Trey or I in them, we can see like where you're at, and it might, motivate us to be more competitive, and we'll tag you right back. Like, we can just have this where we can like get each other more, what's it called? Competitive. Yeah.